With the latest release of Laravel 9.x, we now get CLI prompts, and with the help of CLI prompts, it basically makes it pretty easy to generate various resources using Laravel or artisan make commands. So let me show you what these CLI prompts are. So this is the PR that basically introduces CLI prompts, and this is the PR by Jess Archer. And as you can see, when the feature was not there, and when you run this artisan command make model and you don't supply the name over here, in that case this will throw an error that says not enough arguments, that is the name is missing. So you will need to run the command once again with the name of the model, and then it will be successful. And now with the introduction of CLI prompts, here is how this will work. So let me open up my terminal and let's generate a new model called. So in this artisan command, artisan make model, I won't provide the name. So in that case, it will prompt us with this question: what should the name model be named? So we can provide the name of the model. So let's say podcast. So next question or next prompt is the option that you want with this model. So for instance, if we want to have migration of this model, or we want to seed the model, or we want form requests or factory, we can give the number that is given over here. If we don't want any of this, we can simply press enter and it will basically create the model with the podcast name. And if we go back to our browser editor, we will see over here in the model, we'll see the podcast model being generated. So I think this is a pretty nice addition, and it basically improves the experience of generating these resources pretty seamlessly, and instead of throwing an error right into your face. The same goes for other artisan commands, make commands like for instance controller. So if we use controller without a name, it will prompt us with prompt us asking for the name of the controller. So let's say podcast controller, and similarly we will be asked to have a choice of these options. So if we want invocable, we can get we can give 2 over here, and it will create an invocable class. So if we go back and see controller, podcast controller, so this is an invocable controller. So even without giving a name, you are still able to generate the controller even with these options. So this is pretty great. This works with generating tastes as well. So let's say PHP artisan make taste. So it will ask us for the name of the taste. So let's say podcast taste, and it will ask us whether this will be a feature taste, unit taste, paste feature, or paste unit. We can give these numbers, or we can just skip it, and it will create the specified taste for us. So this will also work with generating policies and observers, listeners as well. So I think this is a pretty nice addition, and I really like it, and I'm planning to use it further without with the use of the name. So there is one more thing that I want to highlight over here. So when you give something like if you give a name of a controller, so let's say comment controller, if we give it, it won't prompt for the name or any of the options. It will, okay, so say this is already exists, so we can have, let's say, car controller. So it will simply generate that particular controller when you specify the name explicitly. Okay, so for instance, let's say we are making model with car model. Okay, but we won't specify car model, we will just specify seed. So we will give car. As you can see, when we specify an option without giving a name, it will only ask for the name of the particular resource, and it won't ask for the options that we were being asked previously. So I'm talking about this. So when you forcefully provide a space an option, in that case it won't ask you for the option, and it will consider whatever you have given over here. So that's it, that's about it. And I pretty much like this feature, and yeah, it's a quality of life improvement, certainly. I hope you like this video, and if you do, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.